Confidence isn't what you think. And this explains everything. It's a word we hear all the time. A quality everyone seems to want. But what if our basic understanding of it is completely wrong? We often picture confidence as being loud, outspoken, or always the center of attention. Psychology, however, shows us that true confidence is much deeper and quieter than that. It isn't about being the best in the room. It's about being okay with yourself, even when you're not. It's about how you handle setbacks, interact with others, and view your own worth. Here are 5 surprising truths about confidence that no one ever tells you. 1. True confidence is quiet. We often mistake loudness for confidence. The person who talks the most, makes the boldest claims, or dominates the conversation is seen as the most self-assured. But psychology tells us that this is often a mask for deep-seated insecurity. People who feel the need to constantly prove their worth are often the ones who doubt it the most. True, authentic confidence doesn't need to announce itself. It's a quiet, internal state of self-assurance. Think about it. A truly skilled expert doesn't need to tell everyone how smart they are. Their knowledge becomes apparent through their actions and their calm demeanor. Psychologists refer to this as the Dunning-Kruger effect, where those with low ability often overestimate their competence, while those with high ability tend to underestimate it. Truly confident people are so secure in their abilities that they don't need external validation. They can listen more than they speak, admit when they don't know something, and give others the spotlight without feeling threatened. Their confidence comes from a place of inner knowing, not a need for outer showing. This quiet strength allows them to be more present, observant, and effective, as they aren't wasting energy on performance. 2. Confidence isn't about always feeling good. A common myth is that confident people are always happy, positive, and free from self-doubt. This is a damaging misconception. Confidence is not the absence of fear or anxiety. It's the willingness to act in spite of them. Psychology shows that courage isn't about being fearless, but about acknowledging the fear and moving forward anyway. A confident person still feels nervous before a big presentation. They still feel a sting of disappointment after a failure. The difference is how they process these feelings. Instead of letting negative emotions paralyze them, they accept them as part of the human experience. They understand that feelings like doubt and fear are just signals, not stop signs. Researchers in acceptance and commitment therapy emphasize this idea. True psychological strength comes from accepting uncomfortable thoughts and feelings rather than fighting them. A confident person can say, "I'm feeling really anxious about this, but I'm going to do it because it's important to me." They don't have to wait until they feel 100% ready or good to take action. This is the core of real confidence. It's the belief in your ability to handle whatever emotions come up, not the ability to eliminate them entirely. 3. It's built on failure, not just success. We are often told that to build confidence, we need to rack up a series of wins. While success certainly helps, a much more resilient and lasting form of confidence is forged in the fires of failure. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't get stronger by lifting a weight you can already handle easily. You get stronger by pushing your limits to the point of failure, where the muscle is forced to break down and rebuild itself stronger. Confidence works the same way. Every time you try something and fail, you learn a critical lesson. You survived. You learned that a setback is not the end of the world. Psychologists call this developing resilience. Each failure teaches you how to cope, adapt, and problem solve. When you've faced failure and gotten back up, you develop a deep-seated trust in your ability to handle adversity. This kind of confidence is much more robust than confidence built only on success. Someone who has never failed is brittle. Their first major setback can shatter their self-esteem. But someone who has failed many times knows they can endure it. They start to see failure not as a reflection of their worth, but as a necessary part of the learning process. This is why a truly confident person isn't afraid to take risks or try new things. They know that even if they fall, they have the strength to get back up. For confidence is about self-compassion, not self-esteem. For years, the popular advice was to focus on building self-esteem, telling yourself you're great, special, and better than others. However, modern psychology is shifting towards a much healthier and more stable alternative: self-compassion. Self-esteem is often conditional. It depends on your performance. You feel good about yourself when you succeed, but terrible when you fail. This creates a roller coaster of emotions. Self-compassion, on the other hand, is unconditional, pioneered by researcher Dr. Kristin Neff. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend, especially when you fail or feel inadequate. It has three core components: mindfulness, acknowledging your pain without over-identifying with it; common humanity, realizing that suffering and personal failure are part of the shared human experience; and self-kindness, being gentle and supportive with yourself instead of critical. A confident person who practices self-compassion doesn't need to feel perfect to feel worthy. When they make a mistake, their inner voice says, "This is hard," and it's okay to feel disappointed. Many people struggle with this. How can I support myself right now? This is fundamentally different from a self-esteem-based response, which might be, "How could I be so stupid? I'm a failure." Self-compassion creates a stable foundation of self-worth that isn't shaken by external events, leading to a more resilient and authentic form of confidence. 5. True confidence makes other people feel confident too. There's a big difference between arrogance and confidence, and it lies in how you affect the people around you. Arrogance is competitive and hierarchical. It needs to put others down to feel big. It's rooted in insecurity and creates an atmosphere of tension and judgment. People around an arrogant person often feel small, stupid, or insecure. True confidence, however, is expansive and generous. Because a genuinely confident person is secure in their own worth, they don't feel threatened by the success or talent of others. In fact, they celebrate it. They have an abundance mindset, believing there's enough success and recognition to go around. Psychologists observe this in leadership styles. An insecure leader micromanages and takes all the credit, fearing their team members might outshine them. A confident leader empowers their team, gives credit freely, and creates an environment where others can thrive. When you're around a truly confident person, you feel seen, respected, and encouraged. They ask for your opinion and actually listen. They admit their own weaknesses, which makes you feel safe to be imperfect too. Their inner security is contagious, making you feel more relaxed and confident in yourself. The ultimate sign of authentic confidence is not how great you feel, but how you make others feel about themselves.